selected, lovingly chosen, that are going to compete over the next few days. Today you're going to see four companies from 4 different countries, and they are going to do battle here on stage. They're going to do a pitch, and then they're going to get tough love from our 4 select VCs who are going to grill them. This is really where you want to pay attention. If you guys have startups, you guys looking to raise money, you can learn a lot from what's going to go on here, and I really love the whole energy here. So, let's get this cranking. We're going to bring our 4 esteemed judges up to the stage. Please help me first in welcoming Kylie Ng from 500 Durians. Come on up, Kylie, yeah. And then we have Sai from Rakuten. Sai coming back up on stage, thank you. Give it up. Don't be afraid. We also have 2 other people whose name I've completely forgotten. And I think normally somebody would feel kind of embarrassed and maybe a little awkward standing up here, but I don't feel that at all. I'm actually going to jump right off stage, take a look at my laptop, because really who cares? We're all friends here anyway, right? Who are our other 2 judges? I've completely had a... Jimmy Rim, everybody. I met Jimmy before. Okay, I forgot that Jimmy's here. Jimmy, awesome, from K-Cube. Yes, nice to see you, Jimmy. And last but certainly not least, we have another awesome Japanese VC whose name card I have here from Global Brain. Really strong showing of Japanese investors here in Indonesia. I'd like to see it. That's Suzuki-san, Mr. Nobutaki Suzuki, coming up on stage from GB Global Brain. Thank you very much. And our first competitor in the startup arena, he's from Germany, his dad is from Indonesia, he lives in Taiwan. He is the CEO and founder of Linqapp. Put your hands together, please, for Sebastian Ng, everybody. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. We are the Linqapp team. My name is Sebastian Ng. I'm one of the 2 co-founders of Linqapp, and it's my pleasure to start off this competition. Hello, judges. Okay, without further ado, let me tell you what Linqapp is all about. You know, when you're in a foreign country, you don't speak the language, but you would desperately need the help of a native speaker. For example, to buy a bus ticket, or to tell you in the first place which bus to take. Or, you know, when you wrote that great article, and you need a great translation of it. However, you don't want to spend much money for it. And for sure, you're not going to trust Google Translate to give you a good translation. We are developing an app that helps people all over the world. Yes. That helps people all over the world solve their language problems by connecting them with native speakers on the spot. You can think of it as a human-powered Google Translate that will put the power of native speakers into your pocket. Now, how does it work? Within Linqapp, you can ask any kind of question. You can use text, you can snap a picture, or you can record an audio clip. For example, but I think this doesn't work here, sorry. Yeah, this thing's happening, of course. For example, Tracy from the UK. She snapped this picture of this Chinese character with her phone. Now she wants to know what does this symbol mean and how to pronounce it. Now when she sends it out on Linqapp, Chinese native speakers from all over the world who are on Linqapp will get a push notification onto their phones. So then they can directly check out Tracy's question. And for them it's super easy to answer that since they are native speakers. Now, the first answer comes from Taiwan. He says, hey, this character means energy karma. It's pronounced as qi. And he has even recorded an audio clip for Tracy to listen to it directly as well. So you see, the concept of Linqapp is so simple, and the best thing is, it works. So let me show you now how simple it is to solve a problem with a short demo video. Like recently I had this Chinese language notice posted onto my door. I couldn't read it, and I couldn't open the door. This is how I would solve the problem with Linqapp. So, first I will click on the plus to ask a new question. Now I click on the camera icon and I directly snap a picture from the problem that I'm facing. So this is the notice that was on my door. I couldn't read it. Now I'm going to ask the question into the text field. In this case, what does it say? Because I simply cannot read it. I send it out to all Chinese native speakers who also can speak English, so that they can reply to me and I can understand it. Now, Chinese native speakers will get that notification onto their phones. And I simply have to wait to also get a notification once they answer. Okay, the first answer is here. Jesse replied to me. Jesse answered my question. So first of all, I directly click on the notification. I see my question again. What does it say? And Jesse says, it says they have exchanged your door lock. It just needs new keys. If you need the new keys, please get them from Mr. Hong upstairs. So this little piece of information is so crucial for me. It totally solved my problem in this moment in time. So what Linqapp does, it puts the power of native speakers directly into your pocket and solves any of your language problems. Okay, so how do we earn money? We have several streams of revenue and we implement those different streams of revenue in 3 stages. The first stage are in-app purchases. This stage we have already completely implemented. Users who want to ask questions need to spend credits. Now, in the very beginning, we're giving them some free credits that they can use. However, when they're all used up, they can earn new credits by simply giving helpful answers to other users. However, they can of course also just go to our in-app store and buy credits. The other option is to go for our VIP membership, where they can ask an unlimited amount of questions without having to care for the credits. Now, for our second stage, targeted ads. At the moment, we don't show any ads at all. However, we are in the great position to display highly targeted ads. Why is that so? We know that all users on Linqapp are very interested into languages. Moreover, we know their location and we even know what kind of language they want to learn. So it's just a perfect match to display targeted ads. For our third stage, on top of what we have now, where people help each other for free for casual translations, we're going to build a marketplace that will allow bilingual people to easily monetize their language skills. Most of you are probably bilingual. You speak Indonesian and English. Or in my case, I speak German and English. However, do we monetize this language skill at all? Probably not. Linqapp is going to give you a simple way to monetize your language skills. Now, how is this going to work? For example, we have the customer here. He wrote a German blog post. Now he wants this German blog post translated to English because he wants to reach a bigger audience. He puts this job request onto Linqapp and says, hey, I'm willing to pay $10 for a great translation from this blog post into English. What we do now is Linqapp, we find the most suitable people who could do this job. We notify them and tell them, hey, there's a new job waiting for you, please check it out. They check it out on their phones and see, okay, would I do this translation for $10? They say yes or no. In the end, the customer can decide who should do the job. We facilitate all these transactions and take a cut from it. So this is a win-win situation. The customer got a great translation for a very cheap amount of money. The translator, he also wins because he earned some money with a skill that was unused before. And obviously we're happy too because we facilitate this transaction and earn our share. The translation industry is a $30 billion industry. We don't just want a piece of it, we think we are in a good position to make the pie bigger for everyone. Why? Because we're bringing in all the new customer segments that before would never have paid for a translation for their blog post or for their Facebook post. On the supply side, we're bringing in all these bilingual people that before have never monetized their language skills. And all this is going to happen on our Linqapp language marketplace. To realize stage 2 and stage 3, we're going to raise 500,000 US dollars in our seed stage investment round. For everybody who is interested in this round, we would be very happy to speak with you within the course of this conference. Ladies and gentlemen, I have presented to you Linqapp, an app that helps people to solve all their language problems by connecting them with native speakers on the spot. In the future, a new marketplace for language assistants that will allow bilingual people to easily monetize their language skills. In the very end, I would shortly like to introduce our team. Okay, I'm Sebastian Ang, I'm co-founder, and then my very good, great friend and co-founder David Vega, he's here too. He will come on stage as well for the Q&A. Then we have David Juan, our engineer, and Anshu, our designer. Thank you so much.
You guys ready? Okay, cool.
Hello.
Right. This a lot of parts of your pitch scared me a little bit. In ways where, and it may be due to my incompetence, and my unfamiliarity of travel. But it sounds to me for your kind of business model work, you need high volume, lots of translators, lots of requests. Because for you to make money, you're taking cuts of these transactions and so on and so forth. Now, to get a lot of this high volume, you're making an assumption that there's going to have a lot of people with these type of needs. So it sounds to me that, yeah, there may be a lot of travelers, people in other countries, you know, but for people to have, oh, somebody posted this thing on my door and it says this thing and it's really important. All these use cases, the more examples you give me, I get the impression that these are very rare use cases and not, or even if they're they're not frequent enough to support the kind of scale you need to grow as a business. So that's the first one. Secondly is that there's a difference between casual translators and serious translators. So 500 startups invested in MyKango. So it's one of the largest kind of crowdsourced translator businesses in the world. And there is a very big difference between people who just want to answer a question on the phone with a push message versus somebody who sits down and makes money from translating for people. So I find that there's this mix of micro needs, you know, and you're assuming that people can fill them in these ways, and it doesn't come together with clarity and with a lot of conviction. So maybe there's something I don't know, and maybe you can share information to help me understand it.
Okay, for those use cases that I just said, we will have other use cases, especially for people who learn a language. If you learn a new language, you're going to have so many questions. Yeah, let's say you're learning German. You're going to have questions all the time. So you don't always need to have this notice that you have to take. Yes, the notice that I take is just assistance when you're somewhere. But the one very important target market for us are all the language learners around the world. For those casual translations.
So this is good, this is helping, because if in your pitch you had said that, okay, we've got three buckets of users. Language learners, so three big buckets. And there are like millions of language learners a day, this is what they go through, and you're like attacking that straight on. That'll give me more confidence that you know that you're going to market to language learners, you're going to raise 500 grand, and you can spend that money targeted at advertising to language learners, so you're going to at least occupy or own that one vehicle, and you're delivering on a promise to that one person and that one type of user. That'll give me more confidence. But I think you get what I'm trying to go at.
For me, there's a lot of barriers to this investment because you're essentially building a whole ecosystem for the sake of solving this problem. I find it hard to see where a person will ask a question and that question will be related to a language-specific inquiry. So for me, if you want this to work out in any scalable manner or not, this is essentially the same comment that Kylie has, is that you have a giant issue behind how you're going to get scalable distribution. How fast are you going to get the questioners and the answers downloading your app? And that alone creates a... Can I swear here? So this creates a clusterfuck of, oh yeah, you like that, right? I like that too. But this creates a big problem in terms of how you're going to develop the demand and supply curve of the answers and the inquirers. So for me, there's a lot of issues between this. And when I look at your monetization program, I think everything is too fast. I think essentially what I would like to see, if this is possible, is that if you can build this out as an API layer on top of all the answers that are out there already on the web. So for me, I firmly believe that whatever questions that you're trying to source from the questioners, those questions, the answers to those already probably exist inside the web. So if you can make a really cool aggregation platform for that and surface that to users, I think that'll be incrementally more value-driven than anything else. That's all the comments I have for now.
Thank you.
I realized that it's better to speak first because, you know, as time goes past, comments is getting harder to bring up new comments. I totally agree with the people who just said previously. It might be summarizing them, but I just thought that it would be better to focus a little bit more because usually a platform business, let's say this is a two-sided platform business, a lot of people think that when you open a service, there's going to be, you know, suppliers and providers and users, but in reality, it doesn't happen like that. Let's think about the languages, then which language are going to like start? It's not going to like boom. So maybe a better way is just to you know focus, let's say for example, on education or travel or kind of that kind of stuff. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, thank you for this. Actually, what we're doing with Linqapp is the marketplace will be in the future. So what we're doing at the moment is are those casual translations, casual language help to build the user base. So on top of that, once this is there, then we're going to introduce the marketplace in the future. So we're not going to throw out this marketplace now when we just have a very low user base. Therefore, I totally agree with what you said.
If you really wanted to build a marketplace, why don't you just want to go and build a marketplace instead? Why do you build the whole social, you know, casual translation and all that before going for the marketplace? Have you guys seen my Gengo by chance? Have you guys had a look at my Gengo? MYGENGO. Yeah, just have a look at it. They're at Series C right now. They're the largest translation marketplace.
The marketplace, thank you for the question. The marketplace is being built now. Actually now, it's already there. We have our own currency there, which are the credits. So people are earning credits and they are also putting credits on their own questions. So that's already there. But then we want to bring all these people that they are not monetizing their abilities, that they have the ability of speaking 2 languages confidently, natively, but they don't make money with that. And that's a niche that no one has gone there yet. Maybe you can go to find some professional ones that they can help you, but casual ones and those that are not monetizing are not using it.
You know, all because something doesn't exist doesn't mean that there's a unique business opportunity in it, or because it hasn't been invented. I'm not saying there isn't, but I'm saying that it awaits to be tested whether or not there really is. Because like I said, there's a difference between casual translation and serious translation, and when people want something translated, want to put money on it, it's usually pretty serious.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I have a question. If I request a translation, if I get many tons of answers, so how do you pick the appropriate ones? How do you secure the maybe reliability answers, quality answers? Do you have such kind of a system?
Did I understand your question right? That you're wondering how the users know that the answers are correct? Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we have an upvoting and downvoting system, just like on Stack Overflow, if you know this. It's like the community of native speakers, they can also see all the answers. So Chinese native speakers see the answer of another Chinese guy who gave the answer, and then they can say, okay, that was a good answer, so they upvote it. If it was a bad answer, the community will downvote the answer, and then in the end, it's pretty, the person who asked the question can be pretty sure that the one on top, that a lot of people said, okay, this is a good answer, that this really is a good answer.
And after this month, do you have any specific roadmap about how about maybe in terms of coverage languages,
So I didn't get the question.
So do you have a roadmap about coverage of languages?
Oh, the coverage of languages.
Yeah.
Yes. So basically, whenever a new user joins our platform, he brings this language onto our platform. So if at the moment there's nobody who speaks Ukrainian, and then there's a Ukrainian user, he's a native speaker, so we have that language on Linqapp. So the thing is, the more users we will get, the better the service will get. That's for sure.
Okay, I'll share something which can help you. Whenever you give an example when you're pitching, imagine if you imagine if you da-da-da, right? You're asking the audience to imagine something so they get a picture in their head. You do that too much, they're going to imagine all kinds of stuff, and especially if you're giving examples which are bad examples, which are rare examples, or, and it doesn't play to what you guys actually want to do. You're just not being honest with what you're actually pitching. So that means you're trying to say something, but you're giving people a different idea. Yeah, so what normally, and I see this a lot in a lot of early stage pitches, in the sense that you guys haven't had a product out yet with traction and so on and so forth, right? I'm assuming, because if you had traction, you'd be bragging about it already, right? So I'm just assuming that. But it's that you tell the big story and the big vision of everything it can be. It's gonna have all these users all over the world. They're gonna be translating this and everything. Wow, that's so inspiring. I'm gonna raise 500 grand, right, to do it. And I'm like, what? So the way to fix that is you said, okay, we're rolling out this product. This product's going to solve this problem. There are millions of people facing this problem. Advertising to them is really easy, right? And we're going to make some money on these guys as well. That's stage one. This is the beginning of a whole lot more. And that whole lot more is just the 10% of your slide. Your whole pitch, that's just 10%. But 90%, you're giving the audience or the judges or the investor a confidence that you're going to take that money and you're going to do something very predictable with it. And it's going to open up doors to a lot of everything else. So generally that kind of prioritization of the amount of time spent in your pitch on telling what story is going to reduce what you're seeing now, where we're like, wow, that's a whole lot of work to do, a lot of assumptions, a lot of contingencies, you're going to need a whole lot more, right? So you're going to release a bit of that and then give us a bit more confidence. So hopefully that helps you.
Any more questions?
I think we're good. Thank you very much. Sebastian from Linqapp. Thank you, judges.